Hey everybody, so I have been trying to get ready to wash this fleece like all morning, and I was going to start with like the whole, oh, you know, if you have to skirt your fleece, then lay it out and pull out the yucky bits and blah blah blah. But my fleece was actually super clean, so I didn't really have yucky bits to pull out. Really like super clean fleece, especially for, you know, like an uncoated sheep. So I assume that Tiffany just skirted it and did a great job. So I didn't need to do that. So it wasn't really something that I could show you. But I did go ahead and I pulled my fleece apart into 4 pieces. And I'll put a video, I'll put a photo up later and kind of outline the different sections and how I kind of decided which piece was what. But I want to show you kind of my boxes, and don't laugh, I do have a Huggies box here. So, okay, here's my boxes of fleece. So I ended up with 4 boxes because I was trying to separate it into certain types of fleece. So this is Border Leicester. This is like the prime. This is, you know, the over the back fleece, some of the sides, maybe a tiny bit of the belly, and then, oop, that little bit doesn't go there, it goes over here. Ina was playing in my fleece just before I started my video here. Anyway. Yes, Bev, I did get the message from Tina, and I have your package, like, packed. I haven't mailed it yet. It's on my agenda to do after I get this done today. So yes, Bev. Yes, I did. Let's see. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so this is like the prime, like over the back. There's a little bit of like grease marker in here that I might end up having to pull out. We'll see if it'll come out or not. They use this all-weather crayon to mark fleeces. But it might come out, so I'm going to leave it in and see if I can get that to come out today. So that's like your prime. It's the curliest bits when it comes to your Border Leicester. This was really pretty. This was sort of, I think this is neck. We couldn't quite decide when I was talking with my friends, but look at this. It's super crimpy. See if I can pull one of these out here. Super, super crimpy. Really, really crimpy. Doesn't really have the curlicue lock structure that we see. But this is the same fleece. Like this was all part of one fleece here. Just 2 different areas of the sheep. So this is why it's really important if you go to wash your fleece that you kind of separate it out beforehand, because I want to keep like all of this together, because this is more of that fine crimp, not really lock structure that I suspect is neck, but I could be wrong. This, of course, is that back prime area and some of the sides. And then I have 2 other boxes down here. So this box right here, I suspect, is more of the armpit area. Some of this is a little bit shorter. Some of this is a little bit longer. Some of it's kind of half locky, curlicue. Some of it is more like crimpy. And so I kind of pulled all this together because this is going to take maybe just a little extra processing, just because it's a little greasier. Because like I said, I suspect that this is my armpit area. And then there's this. So these are the, like the bigger blown out areas. They aren't quite lock structure-y. They aren't quite as soft as the other 3 pieces of wool that I've pulled out into my other sections. And I kept calling this butt wool, and it may very well be some hindquarter, rear leg wool. There might be some belly wool in here, but this is like the last thing that I'm going to wash today, because again, it's just the, oh, there's a lock I actually already washed. Okay, that one's pretty. We'll put that back up in here. So this is like the last piece that I want to wash today. And so and these are my 2 greasiest bits here. The neck is a little bit greasy, but not terrible. And the prime is actually super nice. It has very little lanolin in it at the moment. So to get started, I have just like a pan of cool water, lukewarm water here. I have a pot over here on my grill, because this is actually where I do all my canning. This is my canning stock pot. And I just have water in here that I am bringing kind of up to a boil. And then I have 2 bowls over here so that I can do a wash bowl and a rinse bowl. My rinse bowl actually has a little hole in it, so that's why it's over here. And then I have a bucket because I'm actually going to take all of my dirty water and chuck it in this bucket and let it cool down before I toss it out. Because as Danielle said in her video, you really want to make sure that you aren't putting all of the dirt and the lanolin from your wool into your septic or sewer system. It's bad for your pipes. So it's an important thing to remember. I have a bucket over there. It's just all going to go in the bucket, and then I'm probably just going to toss it over the edge of my deck because, well, that's what I tend to do. We kind of have a little weedy patch down there, so I just sort of, you know, water the weeds. So anyway, that's the process today. That's the idea today. And the important things to remember are your bowls should not be the bowls that you are using in your kitchen. I never, ever, ever use these bowls for anything that is food related. I don't put anything food related in these bowls. I use these specifically for washing fiber. So, or sometimes I use them to actually carry soil when I'm potting plants too, so that happens as well. Another thing is I'm just going to use a tiny bit of this Dawn Ultra Pure Essentials soap. I need very, very, very little, so I'm only going to use a couple of drops because the fleece is actually not heavy on lanolin because it's a border Leicester fleece, so I don't need a ton of soap. Unicorn Power Scour would be great for this. You could also use, there's some other shampoos and things that are great, but I'm just going to use a tiny drop of the Dawn, just enough to kind of help the lanolin come out. And the hot water is going to do a lot of that. The hot water is going to take a lot of the lanolin out. I don't care if I leave a little bit, but I do want to get a good chunk of that out. So here's our process, and hopefully you can follow along with me, and I don't have huge issues. We'll find out. It's all live. You never know what's going to happen. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to set my chunk. This is a pretty good chunk. My chunk of neck down in here, and I just want to try. You can already see it starting to get cloudy. All I want to do is attempt to get some of this dirt out before it hits a warm bath. And I'm not actually going to use boiling water. I want it pretty hot, pretty close to boiling, but not actually boiling. I'm just gonna let that soak for a second. And then I actually have a drying rack that I'm going to use. There you can see my it's definitely getting dirty, already getting dirty, which is great. And that's my nice little neck area. But there you can already see, you know, that's really pulled. Ooh, I can feel a little dab of maybe a vegetable matter in there. Nope, never mind. So I'm just kind of wiggling it a little bit because I just want to get some of this dirt out before I actually hit it with more water. So I'm going to take this and, oh, it's heavy. Pour it off. Gosh, and just that much already got quite a bit out. Now I have a little more room temp water because I did think ahead. A little more room temp water just to see if I can get a little bit. Oh yeah, we can definitely get a little more out. Let's get a little more out. And the idea here is to not felt it, right? So there's a second little just room temp rinse. And just make sure it's down in there really well. And a little bit of something. See if we can get that out before we put it in the soapy water. Okay, so the reason that you want to make sure, there's a good reason that you want to make sure you're not using your good pots and things. And look, it's already a lot cleaner. I mean, that's a lot cleaner than it was going in. Let's get a little more of this out. Oh, we're gonna have a nice chunk to throw down there. Okay, so here's the next thing. Yeah, my water's getting nice and warm. I actually have a backup pot in the house of hot water. that I was bringing to a boil because I was worried that this was not going to get hot enough, fast enough. And anyway, that'll let me finish washing all of my fleece. I'm only going to wash a little dab with you guys, and then I'll finish this up later. But I'm just taking some nice warm water, and the key to this is that you don't want to, hang on a second, you don't want to, sorry, I had my umbrella up, it was trying to float away. You want to make sure that you don't shock your wool, so you want to make sure that the water that you're using, when you're using this nice warm water for your soap cycle and then your rinse cycle, is approximately the same temperature. We probably used a little too much there. Ooh, it's nice and hot though. Hot, but not too hot. Okay, just gonna set this down in there, and let's see. There we go. So here we go. I just put a little tiny dab of the soap in, some nice hot water. I have tongs here if I need them, but I'm hoping that it's hot, but not so hot that I can't just handle it. Okay, looks pretty good. Got a little bit of yellowing on my tips, but hopefully some of that will come out still. Okay, do your thing. Now you also don't want to let, see how there's still more, yeah, there's definitely still more coming out. So the other thing is you want to make sure that you don't let this get too cold, because then it redeposits all of that dirt back into the fleece. We don't really want to do that. No, no, no. We don't want to redeposit. So this is step 2. So we did the cold water, and I did a double cold, well, room temperature water. Ahaha! There was that vegetable matter I thought I felt earlier. It's another thing. It's pretty easy to pick out when you know what you're looking for. And I'm trying to just be kind of gentle with it. Okay, now I'm going to pull another batch of hot water into this one so that I can rinse that soap out. So that's the next thing. See if I can... Now, this pan likes to leak. So I'm trying to make sure that I didn't have the hot water going on my bare feet, because yes, I am out here in bare feet. So just need enough to kind of rinse this. Okay, let's see if I've got enough there. Oh yeah, got a good chunk of junk coming out of this again. And again, the key is just that you don't want to shock it, because if you shock it, it's going to felt. So, it's like we need a little more hot water. Grab some more hot water. And again, this is not boiling, it's just pretty hot. There. And still getting a pretty good chunk of dirt out of this one. So I'll show you guys. So here was my soapy water, my yucky soapy water, so we'll get rid of that over here in my discard bucket. And then here's my rinse water. Not bad. Could probably still use another rinse at least. Still a little bit dirty. Oof, a little bit hot too. I'm gonna turn that temperature down. But otherwise it looks pretty nice. Yeah, not a bad little fleece. Not a bad little fleece. So, alright, I'm going to keep working on this. Because, of course, you know, there, see all that nice dirt coming out? Because, of course, you won't see the finished product until it's all dry and happy. But I'll show you the finished product. Hopefully Wednesday it'll be nice and dry and happy. And let's see, don't forget that we have the poncho knit along that is starting like now. And I put a few kits up, but if you don't see the colors that you want, let us know and we will put a kit together for you. Let's see, Tina showed you some fun stuff down in Arizona last Friday. So if you didn't check out her video, make sure you go catch that. And what else do I need to tell you? Wednesday we are going to be blocking. So we're going to be playing in water again, and I'm going to block that fabulous lace shawl. So that'll be lots of fun. So invite all your friends. And let's see, what else do I need to tell you? Yeah. Anyway, until next time, so Wednesday, you know, take care of yourself, mentally, physically, emotionally. Take care of yourself. Make sure you keep crafting, and let's see. Yeah, just be kind. Be kind to yourself. Washing a fleece isn't hard. It's just something that takes time, and water, lots of water. A lot of water. And in fact, I'm gonna have to go get more water because I did not bring enough cool water out here, and I don't have enough hot water in my pot, so I'm gonna be taking care of that too. And another thing, when you're washing your fleece, just remember you only have to do small pieces. You don't have to put the entire fleece in. It's really nice to separate it and do small pieces as you're working through it to bring it all together. So anyway, I will see you guys next time. See you Wednesday. Have a good day.